Welcome back to the channel, it's Andy, we're back with FM23 and IFK Goteborg, and yes I know I said we were going to do a first Champions League game today, but we've got a big match ahead of us. We're against Malmo, it is our last game before the Champions League, so next time we'll be having not one but two Champions League matches. But looking at the table on the right hand side, we have three teams on 50 points at the moment. Us and Malmo are two of those teams, and Malmo beat us earlier in the season, so this is a big game and we want to win it. So Malmo is the game we're going to play today. We're going to have a look at what our Champions League fixtures are. We've got a much better set of games than we did last year, I think, so that's good news. Also, we've had a summer transfer window, so we'll have a look at the players that we've brought in and some of the players that have gone as well. So a few bits to get through today. If you're looking forward to it, drop a like, leave comments and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on, check out the second channel down below, all that stuff. And let's start, shall we? Let's jump into today's video. So last episode we defeated Your Gardens by 2-0. They are still level on points with us. Ondrejka and De La Cruz got the goals here. Played a lot of matches off camera, 9 I think in total. First up was Degerfors away from home. We went 1-0 down in this one, 26 minutes on the clock. Degerfors took a lead. It was Krajicnik with a goal. I don't know how you say his name. Unbelievably, they actually doubled their lead. 51 minutes on the clock. It was Degerfors 2, Goteborg 0. Davidovic with the ball to Krajicnik, and he scores again, 2-0. We did finally find the goal though, and it was Mercado setting up Matzier with that goal, 2-1, 62 and a half minutes. We did manage to rescue a point, however, with a injury time equalising goal. Matzier gets the assist, Mercado gets the goal in the 91st minute, and we've rescued a point there. Up next was a home game against BK Häcken. This was a 2-0 win. Zagala gets the goal after 74 minutes. Took a while, but he did manage to break the deadlock for us. We made it 2-0 with 87 minutes gone. I thought Eric Andre was going to go through one-on-one, but he lost the ball. But De La Cruz was there with the follow-up, and he finished it off to make it 2-0. And a routine win against Häcken. We won by the same scoreline at home against Halmstad. 18 minutes into the game, we make it 1-0. Sawadogo with the cross, and it was Paul Boyle with his first goal for the club. He's been getting some games and he's been doing well, so he's been doing well. He gets his goal. Halmstad then went down to 10 men as Matzier was brought down by Sødegaard, and it was a red card for the defender. Halmstad with a man short after that. We did get a second goal in injury time. We maybe could have done a bit better with the man advantage, but we made it 2-0. Mercado with a lovely finish with Ondrejka getting the assist. Another 2-0 win. Then we were away against AIK and took just over a minute here to get the first goal. Eric Andre putting it across the face of goal. Mercado scores with a minute and 18 seconds on the clock, 1-0. And we made it 2-0 in the 29th minute. Augustinsson with the ball to Ondrejka, and it fell to Mercado once again. He makes it 2-0. We went into halftime with a 3-0 lead. Great pass by Ondrejka finding Redwood Matzier. 3-0, 44 minutes. Bit of a mishap at the back early in the second half as AIK got a goal back, 48 minutes gone. Dahlberg came out and didn't really commit, and Torres with the finish. It was 3-1. But we scored a fourth with 53 minutes gone. Great pass by Eric Andre for Boyle, and Boyle going for the goal. Mercado manages to poke it in for a hat-trick, and we win 4-1 away from home. Then we were at home against Helsingborg. We came from behind to get the result in this one. 2 minutes gone. Helsingborg make it 1-0 with a Jabara header. Unbelievably, the visitors then made it 2-0. David Seger, a former player of ours, setting up Felipe, who's chipped Dahlberg, and Helsingborg's leading 2-0. We were 2 down at home. But like I said, we did manage to come from behind, and we made it 2-1 after 61 minutes. Mario Finsterer to Eric Andre, and Andre with a great ball finding Mercado, makes his way through the defence and finishes it off to get a goal back for us, 2-1. And midway through the second half, we made it 2-2 with an equalising goal. Mercado setting up Hugo De La Cruz with the goal, and we've equalised from 2-0 down. But we were not done there as we then took a 3-2 lead. Yusuf with the ball, and it was De La Cruz with the finish, saved. Finster is there for the rebound, 3-2. And then we finished it off with a penalty on the 73rd minute. Eric Andre took it. Eric Andre straight down the middle, powerful strike. And we win 4-2 after being 2-0 down. But we were not so lucky against Elfsborg because we actually suffered our second defeat of the season. We gave the ball away and Uckles set up Adams for the one and only goal. We didn't create enough chances and didn't take the ones that we had. And it's our second loss of the season. But we bounced back with a convincing home win against promotees IK Braga. Matzier setting up the first goal of the game in the 5th minute for Paul Boyle to get his second goal for the club. And we made it 2-0 in the 35th minute. Mercado setting up Matzier. He beats the goalkeeper, it goes under him, and it's 2-0. We then won a penalty on 37 minutes. Mattia took it, but it was saved by Escalainen. Nevertheless, we still made it 3-0 after 38 minutes. A minute later, Mercado gets the goal to score our third goal of the game. Eric Andre scored the fourth to make it 4-0, and that was on 78 minutes. Braga then had a penalty of their own, 10 minutes to go in the game, and it was Kabuye who took it, but Dahlberg made a save once again. But Braga did get their consolation goal with 83 minutes gone. Nuri setting up Yatta. Kabuye's there to beat the goalkeeper to the ball. A 4-1 home win there. And then we had our last game off camera against Hammarby, which we unfortunately lost. It was 1-0 to the home side with Raskin getting the goal after half an hour. Then 64 minutes into the game, Eric Andre with a rash challenge got himself a straight red card. Eric Andre sent off. We're down to 10. That makes our job even harder. And with 74 minutes gone, Hammarby did score from a corner kick. Kolazar once again. And it's our third defeat of the season. We lost 2-0. We did also have a cup game in there, which we won 5-0. Josef Johansson scored 3 goals there. Daniel Torres also scored against a lower division side in Kviding. But the 2 defeats against Elfsborg and Hammarby off camera mean that we've lost 3 games this season. That is more games than we've lost in the previous 2 seasons. So compared to our previous 2 seasons, we're not doing too well. But we are level on points at the top of the table. Although Djurgårdens have played a game extra. Us and Malmo are playing today, and if we win, we will be 3 points clear, so it's a must-win game for us. Malmo have only conceded 9 goals all season though, so this is going to be a very difficult game. We've had a transfer window in the summer, of course, and we've brought in a few players. This is Al Hassan Yusuf. He's a 29-year-old Nigerian defensive midfielder, really. He came into the team in 2018 as an 18-year-old and was here for a few years, did pretty well, moved to Antwerp for over £1 million, and now he's come back on a free transfer. A squad player who's homegrown, you know, kind of just what we need. Matthias Storti is an Argentine. He's 18, he's a centre midfielder who was signed from a club called Kimberley. It's a free transfer once again. Good anticipation, good teamwork and vision, good decision making. Looks like a decent signing and not cost us any money, so that's good. We needed a bit of potential at left back, so we've got a couple of players in at left back. Mustafa Shabata is the first one. He's 18, he's from Egypt. He's fairly quick, his marking and tackling are pretty good. Again, concentration, decision making, positioning, all good. Not as good going forward though, crossing of just 8. But we needed something at left back because that's where, you know, we don't really have that future star. So that's where we needed it really. So we've also signed Eitan Sabag for left back. He looks a bit better. He's from Israel. He's gone back on loan to Kalmar for the rest of the season though. Physically very good, mentally very well rounded, great going forward. So this guy's probably going to be a lot more successful than the Egyptian was, or it will be. £1.4 million from Maccabi Tel Aviv. He's been loaned to Kalmar, as I mentioned. In terms of outs, Nicolas Cardona has left the club and gone to Manchester United. He said that he wanted to leave at the end of his contract because he wasn't getting the playing time he needed to break into the national team. So he was set on leaving for a free at the end of his contract. So then we essentially had to cash in on him. He's worth 20 to 30 million pounds. Unfortunately, we only got 1.5 from Man United for him because we really couldn't sell him for any more than that. He's good, so I'm really disappointed to let him go, but he was going to leave for free, so we had to cash in where we could, and that's why we bought the 2 left backs that we did, because Cardona was our future left back. He is now gone. Sergio Sanchez has left the club. He's gone to Landskrona. He played a few games for us. He got a few goals outside of the league, but didn't really get enough playing time for us. Had a few loan spells and didn't really have much success there either. Robson Luis Pereira has also joined Landskrona for a free transfer. We brought him from Brazil back in 2026. I thought he was going to be a decent player for us, but again, didn't get the playing time that he maybe should have got. Maybe I should have played him a bit more, because he looks decent, but he's also gone. But he will improve Landskrona at the very least. Adam Carlin has also left the club on loan. He's gone to Elfsborg. He's barely played for us this season. Over 100 appearances for the club in total. Really, really solid player for us. But with youngsters coming in and with Manas Kuzu playing ahead of him, very much like Olivieri, he wasn't going to get the playing time he needed, so he's gone out on loan. And lastly, we've sold Leslie Peters to Borussia Dortmund. We have got him back on loan for the rest of the season, but Peters has gone for £12.5 million. We also had our youth intake recently, and we do have a 5-star potential player in the youth intake. Daniel Roos, he's 15 years of age. Doesn't look like a player centre forward because he has just 9 finishing, although that could improve. But on the left hand side, decent with the ball. First touch is good. Technique's good. Physically, not too bad and will improve. And before we play Malmo, let's have a look at the teams we've got in the Champions League. So, we are going to be taking on Benfica, Slovan Bratislava, Ajax, Inter Milan, AZ Alkmaar, Stade Rennais, Juventus and Real Madrid. We have avoided the English teams, which is massive. Still have some extremely difficult games in there. Juve and Real Madrid are write-offs. Inter as well. Ajax, I don't think will do too well. The games that we want to get results in, Slovan Bratislava at home is the game that we absolutely should be winning. AZ Alkmaar and Rennes are away from home, so that makes them a bit tougher. The other games are free hits. We'll try and get what we can get in them. Again, are we going to be able to get top 24? I don't know. I think it's going to be close. We've got a better run of games than we did last year, but I still think it's going to be very, very close because there are a lot of sides here that are better than us. So it's going to be difficult, but we will give it a shot. Malmo will not be in the Champions League with us. They lost to Monaco in qualifying, so they dropped down to the Europa League. We do have a second Swedish side in the Europa League. Your Gardens are straight into the league phase, so we'll see how they do. And we have two sides in the Conference League, so let's see how they did. Unfortunately, neither of them got through to the league phase. BK Häcken lost to Luzern in the second qualifying round, so that's not very good. Meanwhile, in the third qualifying round, Hammarby did defeat Heracles, but then they lost to Lyon in the fourth qualifying round. So that does mean that we have three sides left in Europe. We're in the Champions League, and then Malmo and Your Gardens are in the Europa League. So we'll see how they do. Hopefully we can do better than we did last year. It can't be hard because we lost 7 out of 8 last year. With all that out of the way, let's play Malmo, shall we? We've gone through a lot of stuff, so let's play a match. Now in team news, Eric Andre suspended after his red card. We have some players not fully fit, but no massive injuries, so that's good. We've gone back to the DLF because we were really having some mixed luck with our strikers. They were having some really poor performances. So Mercado's back being a DLF on support. Everything else pretty much stay the same. Yusuf's going to play as ball winner. Nislin's gone back to centre back alongside Zagala. Hagen, do we want to play Hagen or do we want to play Boyle? Boyle's been doing decently, but I think we want the experience of Hagen in there. The back four picks itself. Dalberg's in goal. Okay, let's see if we can defeat Malmo. We did lose to them in the previous fixture, but before that, we didn't lose in 5 meetings. This is a must-win game. We have 3 teams on 50 points at the moment, and we have a game in hand, as do Malmo. So this is a big win for us if we can get it. It would put us 3 points clear, and we have less than 10 games to go. Going for our 4th straight league title, a 5th in total, and this is a big step towards getting that. 15 minutes into the game, here's Elias Hagen, but he's given the ball away to Esteves, and here come Malmo. He's got a black shirt ahead of him in Spendi. Spendi's going to go for goal, but it's a good stop by Pontus Dahlberg. Past the half-hour mark, here's Troyzer. Caio Alexandre with the ball to Yunus Emre, and we're pressuring them here. The number 20, Mercado, exerting that pressure. Here's Emre. Gomez to Caio Alexandre, Alaminda. Malmo just playing some nice football at the moment. Manu Sanchez coming forward. He's got a chance to put the ball in here for somebody. It's Caio Alexandre, and it's the goal for Malmo. And it started again. We had a run of like 7 losses in a row against Malmo the past few years. And well, this could end up being back-to-back defeats. And this would put Malmo 3 points clear and be a 4th defeat of the season, which after our past 2 years is unheard of. We lost 1 game last season and 1 game the season before. We could be losing our 4th game of the season today. Minder to Alexandre. And Malmo coming forward again here. Borges has gotten away from the defender. And, well, it's well defended in against Augustinsson. He's recovered there, but another corner to defend now. All Malmo this game. We've really not offered too much. Well, half-time. We've really not offered too much at all. 3 shots at goal, 0.16 XG. It's been all Malmo. Possession is a bit more balanced. But yeah, it's been a very one-sided first half. And here's Minder to Manu Sanchez, who's been one of their better players on that left-hand side and where most of their attacks have come from. That's a good header by Salvadogo, though. Here's Hagen to Zagala. And here's Mercado. This is the chance to get the goal here. Matsier's made the run. Oh, it's a very good save by Valdimarsson. That's the biggest chance we've had so far. But it was very, very good goalkeeper. Now the corner kick. Can we get anything from that? Zagala going for the header. But it was well won in the air by Gomez. Here's Hagen. This is the chance we need. Yusuf to Zagala. Salvadogo. That's the end of that. Okay. More of that. That was a good bit of football. I'm going to make a couple of changes though. Melvin Berg has not had the best of games, so we're going to move on Draker to the right-hand side. We are going to bring on Milady Agner, just to see if we can get anything better from that. Saratoga with a throw. It was very, very poor. I don't know who he was aiming for there, but he's immediately given the ball back to Malmo. That's not good. And here comes Alan Minder, but a bit of a heavy touch. Saratoga gets there first. Now we go again. Hagen. Oh, lost out to Gigovic. And, well, Nissen's managed to get on the end of that. That's lucky. But again, Hagen giving the ball away a bit too often for my liking. Could be our next change. He's not been at his best today. Yusuf going along looking for Matsia, but Estevez is just ahead of him. And here he is again. Malmo just look a step ahead of us every single way at the moment. Here's Yunus Emre to Spendy. Minder. Oh, and Troy's just got ahead of the defence. And he's gone for the chip. He's done it. Are you serious? 2-0 down at home. When was the last time we lost a home game? I'd have to have a look at that, because I don't think we've lost a game at home in probably about 2 or 3 years. But we are now. Malmo 2-0 down. Troyzer has chipped Dahlberg. I've got to go for a berate because we're really not doing well enough here. And I'm going to make some subs. Hagen's going to come off for Paul Boyle. Yusuf's going to come off. Nissen's going to go defensive midfielder. Pavlov Barbas is going to come on at the back. I'm going to go attacking just to see if we can get something back from this game. You know, we're 2-0 down. It's not going to be impossible, but it's going to be very, very tough. Here's Matzi, and he's lost the ball again to Estevez. Like, Malmo are defending extremely well today. As we've seen, you know, they've conceded less than 10 goals all season. They're having a really, really good year. We might not win the league this time round. You know, they're going to be 3 points ahead of us, but we've won the ball there on Draker. That's a really good ball. Matzi, why is he not gone for goal there? But Diagna's through. Diagna scored. I don't know why Matsia didn't go for goal. I have no idea. But Diagna scored. We've got to go back. I'm going to stay attacking. That was big. Can we get back from this? I'll take a draw. At the moment, I'll take a draw. I don't know why Matsia didn't go for goal. I guess he was kind of facing away. But he pulls it back for Boyer. It was quite smart, actually. But, yeah. You know, hopefully we can build on that and try and save a point from this game. And here's Troyzer, who got the second goal for Malmo. Caio Alexandre, don't let him shoot. Gigovic, Troyzer, oh, come on! Antonio Troyzer has got 2 goals for them. I don't, is he a sub? Because he's come out of nowhere. I have no idea. But it's 3-1 Malmo now. And we're just not up to scratch at the back, and they've just got that little bit extra again today. We're 2 very evenly matched sides, I think, and well, today they've just been a step ahead of us every single way. Matsia is going to come off. Actually, I've got 2 subs, haven't I? I've got to use both. We've got 20 minutes to go though. Here comes Borges. A 4th goal would be really, really poor. God's sake. I don't know what Malmo have done recently. Like, they must have had a big transfer window, because this is... I don't know where this has come from. We're 4-1 down. I'm going to keep going for those berates. But this is getting... Look at that. 2.3 XG against 0.96. Yeah, this is a write-off now, isn't it? Let's take off Matsia. Let's bring on Hugo. Let's take off on Draker. We'll put Genskovsky up there, I guess. I don't know. Looks like we're back to losing against Malmo every game, because it's back-to-back losses now. And they've done the double over us. And that means we've now lost 4 games this season, which is twice as many as we've lost in the previous 2 seasons. So we're not having a good year this time round. I don't know what's changed. I don't know if it's the personnel, if the tactics been found out, if I've changed anything kind of without knowing. I don't know. But we're at 94 minutes. Troyes has got himself a hat-trick today. Don't score 5. That was a bad miss. Jesus. Yeah, not a good day today. Not a good day at all. Grew into the game, but far, far too late. Malmo with 4 goals. You know, getting the first goal in the first half. And then Antonio Troyzer with a fantastic second half. He's a centre midfielder. On loan, he's on loan from AC Milan. Recent signing. And that was only his 3rd appearance for the club in the league. But he is very, very good. I'll give him that. So we've got 6 games to go. And Malmo have a 3-point lead. So we might not be winning the league this time round. But we will do what we can with those last 6 games and try and win all 6 if we can. But we'll put that behind us and try and focus on the Champions League. We've got our first 2 games, which we're going to do next episode. Both Benfica and Slovan Bratislava. Benfica away from home going to be very, very tough. And we'll probably lose that quite heavily, I'm expecting. Slovan Bratislava at home. If we don't win that game, then we're never going to get through this Champions League. And we're going to be there forever. That's the game which we have to win. We need 3 points from that. Last year, we lost 7 out of 8. And honestly, we were lucky to beat Legia. We were 2-0 down in Poland as well. But we somehow won that with a Mattia hat-trick. So it really can't go much worse than last year. But we've got some games in there which I hope that we can get some results in. Bratislava, Alkmaar and Rennes are going to be the games that we need something in. Whether we get enough points to get through is another thing. But we'll do what we can. We'll do our best. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave comments and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on. Check out the second channel down below. Not the result that we wanted today, a 4-1 home defeat against Malmo. Our 4th loss of the season. Our 3rd defeat in 4 league games, which is mental, considering we lost 2 in 2 seasons. Hopefully we can bounce back and, you know, try and win this league title. So we're 3 points behind with 6 games to go. It's not impossible, but it's going to be tough. But next time, Champions League football returns once again, and we'll see how we do there. But for now, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.